Welcome to Dental Nachos TV, where our goal is to help you increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. On today's episode, we are talking with the amazing Jen Stevens of JG Money Matters, a fantastic key resource and sponsor of our group. And we're going to talk about, are you being paid properly as an associate dentist? Are you paying your associate dentist properly? We've all had that experience of having our paycheck totally messed up. And sometimes it's really not done with bad intentions, but the outcome is frustration for us. Before we get started, I want to remind you that we do have an amazing platform where you can learn, earn CE, laugh, and feel less alone, the Dental Nachos Supreme. To get the best deal possible, you can text Supreme to 215-543-6454. You can text Supreme to 215-543-6454. Another thing we absolutely love to do at Dental Nachos and Dentist Job Connect is to bond dentists together, practices and associates, small ones, medium ones, large groups, to share in the joy of full contact arts and crafts on patients that don't want to be there. That's dentisting. I should know. I am one. I was in my office yesterday, and we strive to put more dentists together, working together, learning from each other, expanding their businesses. We can help you at Dentist Job Connect. Just reach out to us at dentistjobconnect.com. or text the word hire to 215-798-9897. I would like to welcome my awesome friend, sponsor, wearer of our Nacho sweatshirt, Jen Stevens. Jen, you are welcome to start your video with your team when you are ready to do so there. People who are joining us on Zoom, on Nacho TV Live, please feel free to ask any questions that you would like. My team can help Jen come up whenever you'd like. Things that we do have coming up at Dental Nachos. We are not just a company that does things online. We also do things in person. So if you'd like to come to one of our events, just text events to 215-798-9897. Jen, I asked you to start your video. There she is.
Yeah, there
Awesome,
I am.
Jen.
Hi, how are you?
So, I am doing awesome. I'm so thrilled to have you on Dental Nachos TV. I'm a fan of sitcoms, Cheers, Happy Days, Seinfeld, Modern Family, and this is our sitcom length sharing show to help dentists, team members, practice owners, students cry less inside. This is the cry inside monster that we feel inside of our bodies as dentists. So I am going to turn this over to you, but before, I'd like to chat with you for a few minutes before I turn it over. Would you like to share anything with our audience to get started?
Yeah, first of all, I joined Dental Nachos back in November, and it's been a real eye-opener for me. Lots of learning. I consider myself a lifetime learner, and
Awesome.
I'm excited to talk a little bit about what we do and then kind of dive into what we're going to talk about in terms of are we getting paid right?
Yeah.
And some of the pitfalls. We've been in, I've been in practice consulting, leadership development, coaching for 30 years. So we wear lots of different hats. Our goal is to offer doctors security, predictable outcomes. Nobody likes to have CPA call you on the 11th of April and say you owe $50,000. Yes. That is not a call that I like to talk to a doctor about. We also offer stability in this ever-changing, every day is different. So we're very flexible to our approach with our clients, because what happened yesterday isn't going to happen today. And we really want to have growth and freedom around personal and professional development. So we want to feed your heart and be connected, so you feel good about coming to work every day. We mainly focus on money management and not tax accounting, money management, and help teams and systems development. We facilitate conversations with the team and the doctors so they can add to the toolbox of success. And there's no right or wrong answer. By staying in constant communication with our teams and doctors, we believe every voice counts. And the more people that you bring into the conversation, you're probably going to have a better outcome. We're very relationship based and purpose driven, and this builds connection, trust, and confidence. For me, for the team members, and we're equally as involved with doctors as we are with team, because they are your heart and soul of your practice, your team.
Totally
I think sometimes people forget that the front office really can make or break make or break the
Sure.
practice for you. So one of our core values is connection and is not shaming and blaming people.
Love that.
We like to rather look at a system that's failing in a practice, because when you shame and blame people, they feel bad and they don't want to talk and they don't feel valued. So we always blame the system, and that then goes to looking at the leader, that we need to look and understand what the heck is going on. So we dig deeper into the situation. We always encourage transparency and not triangulation. There's no room for a pink elephant in the room. And this really creates an environment of truthful intention and lessens the drama. So, everybody, we don't believe in talking about each other. Just go to the person you have a problem with and just get it dealt with, or we'll step in and help. We like to look at the whole practice systems. I kind of remember my mentor, Dr. Green, saying, LD Pankey said, when was the last time a tooth walked into your practice?
Yeah.
Never. You're looking at a whole system, a whole person, and that person has feelings and attachments and fears. And we take a bird's eye view, and then we kind of hone down where everybody wants to start, and we kind of take little smart actionable changes together. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Is today's work is going to focus on understanding dental software numbers. We have similar problems in accounting software, which we do, but we're just focusing on dental software, and I'm going to focus with Dentrix. These are going to be all my examples. So right now I'm going to put my consultant hat on, because a consultant is looking at data, and that's it. It's not my opinion. It's just what I see, and it'll allow us to be more curious. My belief is that the practice owner, when they hire an associate, always wants to do the right thing, because why in the world would you put all this time and investment, money, and then do the wrong thing? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think that that's really important, that some of the comments, it's like, that I was reading last night was like, the house always wins. Well, maybe not, but let's talk about if the house knows everything that's in the pot with the dental software reports.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to talk. There's many ways to get paid. I don't do associate contracts. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm a little dangerous with it. There are many ways associates get paid. I'm going to talk about the top three, I think, are going to be salary with incentives on net production.
Let's make salary with
just
incentives.
salary.
I like that.
Yeah, salaries with incentives, and then a daily rate guarantee, or 30% production, whichever is higher. And the third one is going to be on net collections.
I like that. So we're going to let's go through. Let's reinforce that again for our audience.
Yes.
Do you want to get your screen ready? I want to make sure we get enough time. You can get your
you can go ahead and do that.
Well, you can share that. I'm going to drop back while you're talking for about 10 minutes. I'll come in. I do want to share. We have a lot of people here live. Some of you may be watching this on demand. Watching it on demand, just shout your questions at your screen. We'll answer them. Just kidding. We're not 6-year-olds. This isn't the Dukes of Hazzard. I did think that back in the day. But I will share with you that if you're here live, ask questions in the Q&A. We'll save some time for that. But if you have a question that you cannot get answered, please text HIRE to 215-798-9897. You can ask us that question. We'll get you the answer. So Jen, I'm going to turn it over to you for the next little bit of time. I'll pop in as needed, but
yes,
you have awesome people watching in. We're on Facebook Live, and you're doing exactly what we love to do here. Help people feel better, dentists better, get along better, increase success and decrease stress. Thanks, Jen.
So my first caveat is this isn't brain surgery. It can all be fixed. It's all solution based, even though I'm going to be kind of talking about things that we get blindsided on. It's all solution based. So let's just reiterate the three ways that associates get paid. They get paid with salaries with incentive. they get paid by a daily rate guarantee or 30% or 35% paid on production, whichever is higher. They might have to pay for their labs. It's just whatever those details are. And the third is net collections. So I'm going to be using Dentrix reports from different practices that I'm familiar with, so I can kind of speak to them a little bit better. And some that I've just recently connected with Dental Nachos. The first thing I want to do is uncover some blind spots and talk about what I think most associates and most providers look at. Paula, tell me if I'm wrong. Every day, somebody prints out, or everyone who's a provider prints out their provider day sheet. If it's too small, let me know. And this is for the main purpose.
I'll interject, Jen, just when I have a good idea. Auditing your date sheets is very valuable because you do not want to commit accidental fraud and bill out for something that you did not do. That can happen. And the other is you do not want to not get paid, whether you're a practice owner or associate. It's very easy when you're a new associate in a practice for the practice management software to give credit for the procedure to a previous dentist or owner. So auditing your date sheets, 100%, Jen. Perfect.
Right. So in this, you're going to see patient refunds, no-show, and then the different procedures you did. I recommend doing this daily because you're going to forget. And if you wait to the end of the week, you'll probably forget by the next morning, and it becomes so systematic that sometimes we just glaze over it. So keep on going down, Kara. Let's see. So this is something I think everyone gets, and at the end of the day, they can say, okay, I charged out $59.45. Month to date's 171. These are my payments. I saw 32 new patients. I saw 1 new patient today. So this is something that I encourage you to do every single day. But this isn't the whole story. So what I'm learning is when people look at the day sheets through Dental Nachos associates, I said, well, how do you know you're getting paid correctly? And I don't know if you guys can.
They can't see it.
They can?
Yeah.
They can see it. So this is what a Dental Nacho associate gave me and said, this is what I get for so I know what I'm getting paid. So we'll just take associate 2. And I don't, my assumption is, and they get no other paperwork to back up these numbers. So when we're doing a associate reconciliation, we give them their backup documentation. This is what many people put in an Excel spreadsheet because they've gotten their numbers from Dentrix and they put this information in. It's going to look different from every practice. But the bottom line is this patient, practice associate 2, they collected net income 34,459.36, and they would get 30% of that. Paul, does that seem like a reasonable?
Yeah, for sure. That seems totally
okay. So what we don't understand is what all of these production and collection adjustments mean. So that's where things kind of get messy. So I'm going to talk about adjustment codes here first. If you'll notice here, do we have the slide or spotter? This is really important, and I'm going to tell you that Dentrix, having worked with it for 25 years, probably 100% of my Dentrix patients, practices I work with, these production and adjustment codes are wrong. If you look at the collection adjustments, which says professional discount, cash discount, credit adjustment, all of those there on the right-hand side, those are really production adjustments. These are something that you have in your control. You, doctor, can make a decision if you're going to give a team courtesy, a family and friends courtesy, and that's a production adjustment. So all of those codes in collection should be scooted over to production adjustment. And all of the production adjustment, which is patient refund, insufficient funds, those are all collection adjustments. So even if you are in network, this non-allowed contracted insurance, can you do the spotlight?
It won't let me.
This really is a production adjustment. It's not a collection adjustment. I think doctors want to believe it's a collection adjustment, but it's important for you to remember that you've chosen to work with a contracted insurance and you are reducing your fee, and that's your choice point. And the reason why it's important to keep track of this correctly is because if you decide you want to get out of network, you can say, oh my gosh, that was $250,000 that we had in a collection contracted adjustments. Let's run a report and look and see if we can start scaling this back a little bit. But what's really important is if you look at the top, and I apologize, I don't have a pointer. It says DMD1 inactive. This is I'm doing a 10-month period audit on this. This doctor I know, it's a client of mine that I know that hasn't been there for over 4 years. And in the first 10 months in 2022, he actually produced $90 in production. There were some adjustments. So he collected $27,000, and I know that's wrong because he hasn't been there for 3 years. So that's $27,000 that's misallocated. Now, when you look at if you look at DMD3 in this 10-month period, the doctor has produced $250 roughly. We have our adjustment codes wrong. So all of this is wrong too. The total collections is wrong because we have to flip-flop these production and adjustment collections. Now, if you and if you're getting paid on collections, it would look like you would get paid on $275. Now, when you correct this information, this doctor, if you go back, oh, you did it right here, Kara. I'm sorry, you can go down. This, instead of getting paid on $275, he would really, once we've corrected these, he would be being paid on $206. Any questions here, Paul?
We'll have a little question thing at the end. I think it's good for you you're doing a great job here. We're getting some good questions. So I think delivering this as is awesome.
Right. This is completely, it's a quick fix in Dentrix. And what's neat, even if you've closed Dentrix out, you can swap out these collection production adjustments correctly, and it will go back for years back, even if you've closed out, to make sure you get these codes correct. This really is very frustrating for me for Dentrix because it is not your all's fault that these are this way. They come in that way, and if these are just some examples, I like to track the patient redos as production adjustment, because if we have a lot of redos, why are we having a lot of redos? Did we change our cement? What are we doing? Is it a new doctor? You know, what's going on type of thing. So it just, everything makes me curious. Now, the next one that's correct, go back one more, Kara, I'm sorry. This one here is a corrected document here. So we have all of our production collections, right? Production and collection adjustments, right? So if you look at provider XXX1, this is for, I think, a time period of, January of this year. He produced $124,900. He adjusted $9,900 off. That's his choice point over here. And so he can only ask his team in this particular case to collect roughly 15,000 for him, 159 for the practice. He collected 169,000 in payments. And then there were some adjustments, which we always look at the detail of that. So his total collections was 167. That's how this is the right way of how this report should be set up. So the next page, so again, it's out of your control and in your control. This next page is, I don't think a lot of people print this. We print this every single month. I exasperated it to look at 8 months worth because we were doing an audit. You print out cross-coding by provider. So this is where you can see if there are coding errors that happened up front or in the back. In the green here, we also use this report. This particular provider wanted to do at least 20 root canal therapies. So I was saying it was green because yay, you did it. We're only, in the beginning, at the end of August. So we were just celebrating that fact. So this particular practice, the doctor would not do para-root scaling. $588 got miscoded. Now, that happens and that can be fixed. We go to the next page. This is provider Kara. This is a hygienist. And you can see that Kara's gotten credit for periodic limited eval, all the things that the doctor should be getting credit for. So again, it's just a way to double check it. And so this hygienist would have received credit for doctor's production of $620. And none of this is intentional from my perspective. It just happens. Then the last one here is Jen. I'm a hygienist, and boy, did I feel like I could do some good crown work here. So this is all miscoded. Now, mind you, and I say this because I'm not perfect either. We look at this once a month. The doctor looks at their day sheet. It goes to the insurance person. We look at once a month. This is to make it see if there's any mistakes. And then we do an audit and we still miss some. But that's why we audit it. We're not perfect. And we're like, oh my gosh, in 8 months, we missed even $8,000 and we want to still fix that problem. So we're double checking it again. So that's something that I think that's important for the practice to be printing out, because you have to be able to see if there's any mistakes. The next one is, this was new. This is new learning for me. I was working with an associate who gets paid on collection, and I asked him, could you please send me a provider, just your aging report. He felt like he wasn't making enough money. As you can see, this document was 49 pages long. I took the last page on 5/15. He printed this. A couple things pointed out to me here. The last time statements were run were 6/10/21. And we are now in 2023. The last time anything that slips in to 90 days out, it's very, very hard to collect. And this doctor was crying. So if we scroll down a little bit, he has 72,000, 42% in 90 days out in collection.
Jen, I'm going to just jump in because maybe I missed it. Is this doctor only being paid on collections?
Yes.
So this just shares with everybody how truly dangerous it is to be in any sort of job where they pay you 100% on commissions or collections, because you could be making, as my grandmother would say, Jen, bupkis, even though you're doing a lot of work. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. Plus the other thing, the statements aren't being sent out. So we maybe have a problem with the front office not sending statements out or working the accounts receivable. And for the practice owner, their bupkis is that they're having to pay for all the assistance and all of the other supplies, and this is not collectible. So everybody's getting screwed. Sorry, to put it mildly. And then if you go back to that, Kara, go back to that one. Oops, my mistake. This really, he was in tears. And he has been, the sad thing about it, if you're paid by net collections, you really have no control, because you're passing it on to the front office to hopefully do the right thing. Our systems in place to be checking to see statements are being sent out. Clearly, statements have not been sent out since 6/10. So, and there are missed opportunities. These patients have come in. There's missed opportunities of not collecting money. So clearly, there's a system breakdown in the front office as well. Now, the next report here is, this is all providers. And I encourage, if you have multiple businesses, Paul, like you, I encourage that you're looking at this. And there's a list of reports that everyone should be looking at. This is all the providers. and they're 90 days out. Now, mind you, in January, this was $8,000 90 days out for this practice. Look at the inconsistency of when the statements are sent. Okay. And this practice has 74,000 for the entire providers that they can probably just kiss goodbye because it's not going to be collectible. Or if it goes to the collection agency, you're going to get very little. So in this particular practice, what happened, it was 8,000, which I love, in 90 days out, because I'd like to keep it down to like 20% or less. I mean, that some reasons for 90 days out would be because they didn't have, it's a big case, in this $20,000 case, and they haven't done all the work. Okay, fine. It could be an Invisalign case. So there's lots of reasons why it could be, but in this particular case, they're short-staffed. And the person who was doing the statements had to go up and work at the front desk, and it's just gotten out of control. So we're working on, we just have not had very good luck trying to find somebody to be there and do that collection, but it's hurting the entire practice. The other thing that's important is this production credit. It's a credit report. I can't see the top of it. This is what you owe to your patients. $50,000. That could be a good number or a bad number. You might have a $30,000 case. They gave you the money, you're working on it. Person dies, decides not to do treatment, and they want their money back. So I always encourage to have a second bank account. If you're doing large restorative implant cases, to tuck that money in, because it's not your money yet. And you may have to pay it back. So I'd always like to kind of be mindful of that for a cash flow understanding. And lastly, this is, if you have Dentrix, this is step-by-step what I believe everyone should be doing monthly. The owner should be looking at this, not just the managers. And these are step-by-step instructions on how to print the reports we just went through, and then a few extra ones. And that's it.
Jen, you did an amazing job. You're done 5 minutes early, so thank you. We're going to take a few questions. We will have a part 2 of this. I want to share with everyone, if you're watching and you don't watch this again, text higher to 215-798-9897. If you're watching in live or you registered for the Zoom, we will let you watch this recording for free. If you're watching this 2 years from now, you can watch this on our Dental Nacho Supreme platform. It is a super friendly, affordable way to learn, earn CE, feel less alone, and be less stressed in your dentistry life. So amazing job, Jen. I wish every dental student and new associate could see that before they accepted a job, because there are so many difficult and disastrous things happening to associates out there, and there are owners who are not paying their associates properly, whether on purpose or by accident, but the end result is that it's not right. So someone had asked about the cost of your services for JG Money Matters. I don't want you to necessarily say that for the Zoom, but how can people connect with you to learn more about JG Money Matters? What's the best place for them to go to?
They can go, I think I put on this, I mean, if you want to share that, my email is jstevens@JGMM. And my phone number, my cell phone is 703-447-2125. And my email, or my,
That's fine.
yeah, just that those two are the best
Yeah,
way.
we got Nick on here. You can connect.
Yeah, Nick can do this. Yeah,
take a
Nick's
screenshot of us. Okay, maybe my team can put this on. Put thumbs up for us, Jen. This you get thumbs up. 2 thumbs up for this. All right. So that was a bad thumbs up, Jen. Give me a good thumbs up. Good.
I
Okay,
can't see.
good.
I can't see it.
Yeah, we need a picture for that. Good.
All right. So really, the cost, I mean, I'm going to offer, because this is so passionate. I'm so passionate. Anybody who wants to really check into this, I'm going to we're going to come up with a discount for my Dental Nachos people.
Nice discount just for knowing me. My grandmother was right. Everyone is very lucky to know me. Now we're going to do speed round, Jen. Speed round. Watch this. We'll talk like Paul talks. Ready? This is fast talking. Ready for it?
Tornado. Yeah.
Ready? Okay. I'm a part-time dentist in an office. I get hourly guaranteed payment, 35% or whatever's higher. Payrolls every 2 weeks, and I get the guarantee, but they calculate the collections for 3 months and average for 3 months. If the 35% is higher than my paid amount, then I will get the difference. My question is, shouldn't it be for 2 weeks and not 3 months? I'm actually going to answer this from my perspective. The way I share with our associates is they have a guaranteed yearly salary. They will get that no matter what. And we will pay a bonus percentage on top of that. You have to look at it from both angles. So basically, you're getting a guaranteed salary and a bonus percentage on top of it. We do reconcile this quarterly like your practice does too. You should never be paid less than your guarantee for the entire year, but there are ebbs and flows to your collections which affect the bonus percentage. Jen, I'll give you 17 seconds to answer. That was my answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think even if you're part-time, you should be being paid monthly and then do it a quarterly roundup true up.
Yeah. So I also have a great webinar myself, but you can they can text WTF to 215-798-9897 to avoid a WTF job, Jen, a why these fail, not the other WTF, but that fits as well. Yes. Will this recording be sent out? Yes, text higher to 215-798-9897 to get on that list. If you're watching now, if you're watching later, it will be on the Supreme platform. How much should the associate be paying in lab fees? I will share my answer, Jen. So our associates, our specialists pay any cost like a lab fee, a dental implant, bone grafting, a membrane at the same percentage they are being compensated. They are not paying anything out of pocket. There's a reduction to the overall charge. So if there's a $1,000 crown and there's a $100 lab bill, they would be making 33% of $900. Just want to share for this person, our associates have never had to take any money out of their pocket, okay, or their Venmo and pay us. It is just, if they do $1,000 of fillings, Jen, they get 33% of $1,000.
That's how I recommend. We don't have to make it complicated.
Bill, they get 33% of that. And would you like to add anything?
That's exactly what I would recommend. It's just, sometimes I think people make it complicated.
I think you might have muted yourself by accident. That does happen.
Oh, wait a minute.
Lose you?
No. Oh, wait, you didn't. You muted me.
Oh, I can hear you now. It might be my computer.
I totally agree.
There's a reduction to the overall charge. So if there's $1,000 crown and there's $100 bill, they would be making 33% of $900. You just want to share for this person.
It was my AI that was answering, Jen. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I totally agree. You know, I think this is an investment into your business, isn't it? You're hiring a doctor, you're hiring people. It's an investment. So treat it like an investment. Don't treat it like it's a slug that you're having to pull along. You know, my parting thing would say is that what I've learned is that, it's really important that you involve the doctor, the associate, and the team to create the system and make them feel valued, because your practice will skyrocket and slingshot to success if you treat them like people and not like second-class citizens.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I don't know why we pay everyone in associates. We say, hey, if you eat what you kill and you're hunting PPO class 2s, it's not what I do. Every single person in our practice gets a safety net income guarantee from day one until the end. Really appreciate you sharing, Jen. We'll come back for another episode like Rocky 2. I'm going to bring up the Job Connect team for a quick 5-minute interview and share what they do. But give yourself an A++. Have an afternoon cocktail, Jen. You deserve it. You did a good job.
Thank you, darling.
Have a happy lunch happy hour, whatever it is. You're just
there we go.
Yeah, you're not dentisting. You're doing books. You can enjoy it. Have an Aperol spritz. That's what I like. So
okay, there we go. Okay, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. If anybody has any questions, just feel free. It's a lot to digest, and just know that I really believe that people want to do the right thing.
Yeah,
and especially the business owners. And I just think it's just new knowledge. That's all. It's just
new knowledge leads to less crying. I like that, Jen. All right, you can stop your video, and my awesome team members that are here just a few feet away from me. Thanks again, Jen, can start their video. Serena Ruggieri, our success coordinator, Kate Worth, our director of strategic growth here at Dentist Job Connect. And what we do as a team here, along with a few other people, is bond dentists together to unlock more sanity, success, growth, less crying inside, more time with their family. So I would like to start, Serena, just share with us what you do at Dentist Job Connect.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So I'm Serena. I'm the success coordinator for Dentist Job Connect. And we help practices, group practices and DSOs too, connect with associates to hire.
Awesome. At any age or stage in their practice cycle, they're a solo GP like Dr. Mitchell Rubenstein hiring his first associate, Dr. Arash hiring his 15th associate, a group practice hiring their 100th. Kate, could you share with us what you do in the Dentist Job Connect world?
Hello, this is Kate. And yes, I am the director of strategic growth. So the team there's multiple people on our team, and we're working together to really grow our number of job seekers as well as positions.
What we've created here is a affordable way, an amazing way for people to connect with multiple associates across all 50 states. People have asked us to do other countries, which we're working on. But I always say it's about asking the right questions, guys, about asking the right questions. So I have some questions for you. Before I get to those questions, if you're watching in or listening in, and you would like to look at one of our 160 plus jobs out there right now, text job to 215-798-9897 or visit dentistjobconnect.com. And if you have too many hygiene checks, you're booked out for the next 4 months, you need an associate to come and help you, text hire to 215-798-9897. So my first question, we get this a lot. How does Dentist Job Connect differ from a traditional headhunter or staffing agency?
Yeah, that's a great question. So headhunters are, first of all, a great option, a little bit different price than our point, but it's a great option. So we added just kind of a similar topping. So we are essentially like a LinkedIn or an Indeed. So we can help you at a lower price point, a flat fee, connect with dentists. So it's designed by Dr. Goodman. It's a platform that is designed by dentists for dentists. And it's exclusively just to connect with different associates and continue on with the hiring process. So we let you connect and continue on with that process.
Really, really great sharing this. And also when you have a challenge, like I've used this like at care.com, because you can have 10 associate dentists taking care of your most important thing, your practice. I can have 8 babysitters. One is Serena's cousin right now, texts us today, taking care of our great children. So you want to have multiple avenues for success. So we share with our clients that using Dentist Job Connect, using an Indeed, using a recruiter, you may be using multiple avenues at the exact same time. But to kind of build a fence around what Serena said, we are at a lower price point. There's no success fee. What you pay is what you pay. And we also do have a guaranteed number of applicants to make you as successful as possible. Great one, Serena. Kate, what would you say is the best way to maximize results on the platform?
I love this question. Something that's very important is that we utilize all of the features. One, let's talk about is the hard to fill areas. It's important to use the resume search and choose the package that offers the video interview with Dr. Goodman. It really brings it to life and gets it more attention. You know, we have an office in California, didn't have many applications in a hard to fill area, but now he has an associate flying out to him because he was reaching out directly using our simple resume search. You can text direct and you can email after you read the resume.
Love that, Kate. I'll share with you that, you know, the opportunities to showcase what you do on our platforms, Instagram, Facebook, email, and text is awesome. And then also it's just the one-on-one messaging to get people to understand your position. One of our top positions paid a dentist $500,000 a year. The requirement was that they needed to do dental implants. The applicant who took that position saw the video with me and this dentist after applying on Indeed. So we all know as people, changing your career, changing jobs is a huge decision. And the power of video creates such an awesome trust factor. And I also want to share for people watching, this video is delivered to you in a YouTube link that you can send to candidates. You can use in your own social media channels because it's me bringing out the details of your job. Well, I really appreciate you. Oh, go ahead, Kate.
I'm sorry. I do want to also, I was just going to say, you've created an amazing dentisting community.
Thanks.
There's so much interaction. There's so much life around it. And another feature that I want to make sure that job seekers as well as job posters use is your social media platform. That's an added value that you don't see anywhere else. You know, I have a hard to fill position in Vermont. Yesterday, started his thing, went on, posted pictures of his area, how beautiful it is, talked a little bit about his practice. He got involved in the community himself, and he had an application before the end of the day. So I think it's important that not only we post and share, but you have this platform now to bring your position to life. And if you're a seeker, you have the ability to bring your personality to life. And that's something we extend, and we think it's a great tool.
I love that example, because really talking about yourself, showing photos of your office, showing the fun of what you do allows these newer dentists, and it's not only newer dentists, we place dentists that have been working for decades, really shares your story. And just to kind of wrap up, we love bonding people together. One of our favorite new dentists is moving to Missouri to work with one of our favorite clients, from New Jersey to Missouri. So if you are out there thinking there's no one in my area, you can inspire someone to move, to hang out with you and share your dentisting awesomeness. Thanks so much, Serena and Kate. We can't have Aperol spritzes, but you can have a cupcake because we have to keep working. Great job. Great
Thanks for
job.
having us.
Thank you.
So if you've enjoyed what you have seen and you want to see other things that we do to help you, please check out the Dental Nacho Supreme. It has CE, it has communication tips, it has career advice. Just text Supreme to 215-543-6454 or visit dentalnachos.com and check us out at dentistjobconnect.com. Thanks so much for being part of what we do.